Hello everyone, this is Aegis, and this is another game between Dimaga and WhiteRa. WhiteRa spawning as the blue Protoss this time on Lost Temple, and Dimaga spawning as the red Zerg. So hopefully not everyone's tired of seeing PvZ right now, but I do have one more game between WhiteRa and Dimaga. I'm not sure if this was a tournament or anything. I do see the same people viewing this game. Maybe it was a show match. I did check it last game. Not too sure what's going on, but Dimaga is spamming away. Both players are spamming away for well over 100 APM, but WhiteRa is known for playing around 120 APM. So it's a good way of checking or whether or not it's the real guy. And again, I do just want to plug for the tournament coming up. It is called the Collegiate Masters Star League. Check us out on Facebook. We have lots of players lined up to play. Registrations are over, so you can't register to play in this tournament anymore, but you can still come and watch. We're going to be live at UMBC on February 12th. You can come check us out then. You can also leave a comment if you can't find us on Facebook on this, and I'll try to get back to you with more information about that. Big thank you for Monster Energy for sponsoring the tournament. Going to be dropping off some drinks for us so we can sell them at a reduced price, I believe. So a big thank you to Monster Energy there. We also have, I think, Steel Series. Big thank you to Steel Series. Not too sure what they're giving us yet, but we'll know real soon. So we do have Duckworth getting his assimilator up, his gateway up, all standard timings, and Dimaga going for the pool gas build. I don't know if he's seen a WhiteRa yet. Nope, he doesn't know where WhiteRa is, but he has this Overlord checking in this direction, does want to know if WhiteRa is in the close position. It is much riskier for Zerg in the close position against Protoss or Terran. So you always want to send a probe or a drone to go check that out early on. So we have the Speedling upgrade coming out, as well as 4 Zerglings, the Queen. WhiteRa gonna go ahead and use the Zealot to wall off. Gonna grab the second gas, so some sort of tech build is coming out of WhiteRa this time as well. This probe is gonna get stuck there, and it gets taken out by those 4 Zerglings. Slight loss early on for WhiteRa, but we do have Dimaga picking up his natural expansion standard timing after getting the pool and gas so that he can defend that well. Warp Gate research is now coming up for our Protoss player. WhiteRa is standard for all Protoss players to go ahead and get that. That one Zealot is holding the ramp quite efficiently. A Stalker is now out, going to be able to take out the Zerglings that do decide to try to run up the ramp. This Overlord gonna be parked here to see when the expansion timings are. This one specifically. This one would have if WhiteRa had spawned in this position. It does look like WhiteRa is going for 3 gateways, perhaps 3 gateways, and then get a lot of sentries and then expand. Sentries do allow you to get plenty of minerals. Extra minerals so that you can expand. We do have the creep tumors being laid. Oh, tons of Zerglings spawning there. Not too sure what those are for. Perhaps just a gut feeling. I don't think he's actually seen anything come out of Duckload, so he might just be getting those just in case, but those could have been drones, so we'll see if that hurts him later on. There is a Roach Warren coming up. The Zerglings are going to scout over here to see if there's any expansion coming up. It's only the 5-minute mark, so he should look for an expansion around the 7-8 minute mark. But it does look like Duckload is going for that expansion real soon. There's the move out, the pylon being thrown down at the front. A couple of units moving to the front to see if they can clear out any Zerglings to be able to expand. So those Zerglings are going to see this expansion now. Going to surround that probe and kill it off, but not quite able to take on the Nexus just yet. WhiteRa's units moving to the front to try to deal with that right now. Sentries spawning, Stalkers spawning as well. Additional stalkers always good to deal with the Zerglings with the range. Gonna push them out of there quite easily. Dimaga has his lair on the way. We'll see what kind of tech he decides to go for. Maybe Mutalisks, maybe Hydralisks. We'll see what he decides. His creep is starting to spread here. It does look like WhiteRa is doing a small push at the front, trying to take some shots off at that spine crawler. Not quite able to do all the damage that he would like to do, so he's going to have to retreat here and secure his natural expansion. The creep spread is now moving to the front of the base for Dimaga, and WhiteRa is now moving forward, gonna pick off that one creep tumor there, gonna force Dimaga to relay that creep tumor in order to keep spreading the creep. Not quite any use of the lair tech yet. We'll see what he decides to do real soon. We do have a start gate on the way for WhiteRa. Does look like he might be going for some void rays as with last game. Gonna chrono boost those probes out to be able to get all of this tech. His forge is also now complete. It does have a similar look to the last game I cast between Dimaga and WhiteRa. You can go check that game out after this one if you would like. Not sure if this is a series of games or if it's just individual games played as played for fun. Roaches are getting Burrow Overseers on the way. Glial Reconstitution on the way for the Roaches as well. Gonna increase the movement speed of the Roaches, and perhaps Tunneling Claws real soon. Gonna be making use of that lair. Of plenty of Roaches on the way for Dimaga, so it does look like he's going for some sort of push. That Overseer is gonna get taken out by those Stalkers. Not quite able to do much, but see the entire base, which is plenty. He does know about the Void Rays now. So he's going to have to get some anti-air out onto the field, and he is also going to take this expansion way in over here in this corner to be able to, I guess, spread the Protoss forces real thin and be able to go for a counterattack if the Protoss forces are ever found in this vicinity of the map. A Spire is also on the way now. Evolution Chambers, where is that Spire? There it is. This small little thing is the Spire. We have the Roaches and Zerglings now camping at the Watchtower. Gonna be able to see whenever Duckload tries to move out. He's chrono boosting out weapons level 1, getting his Void Rays out. I believe that's his first Void Ray. I don't see any other Void. Oh, there's one Void Ray here. He's scouting around the map, and this Dimaga doesn't have any anti-air except for those queens right now, so he is making extra queens. Gonna get the Overlord drop upgrade. Or no, that's the movement speed upgrade. My apologies. This Void Ray is getting a pretty good look at the center of the field here, but the Roaches do see these Void Rays as well. WhiteRa not quite knowing about that expansion over there. Yeah, he doesn't know about that expansion, so he does think that Zerg is on 2 bases, when in fact he is on 3. The drones we now see transferring over to the juicy new expansion, gonna get that saturated as soon as possible. Spire is now complete, 7 Mutalisks on the way, gonna be able to deal with those Void Rays quite easily, unless a Duckload decides to get out a bunch of Phoenixes. Make use of the War Prism to take a 3rd base on the island, and the War Prism continues to move back and forth, dropping off some Stalkers up here, and gonna engage the Mutalisks on the high ground. Gonna have to move back a little to try to deal with those Mutalisks. That one Void Ray getting taken out there. Dimaga gonna clean up these 2 Stalkers up here. Is gonna take some losses to the Mutalisk force, one of them going down to the red health. But it does look like Duckload is getting his 3rd base up on the island expansion. Going to be hard for Zerg to attack unless he uses his Mutalisks. However, it will be even harder for WhiteRa to reinforce.